It's HR Black. Once again, throwing some Skater XL Progression in your face. And without further ado, we're finally here in episode 2. And now in episode 2, we're going to cover 2 different chapters. We're going to cover chapter 1, which is going to be decoupled flat ground. And we're also going to cover in chapter 2, pop variables. So stay tuned. I have a lot to cover, a lot to show you, and this is going to be my progression in Skater XL. Welcome to chapter 1, which is decoupled flat ground. Now I'm actually doing decoupled board rotation, which is an actual stat that you can modify in the modded version of this game. When you're playing on PC, they actually have a stat mod that says when you do a 180 with a flip style trick or spin style trick, it doesn't actually follow your board rotation, which allows you to do more variations and more tricks. Now, it's not that this can't be done in the vanilla version or 1.0 console version of the game. It can be done, but it's a lot harder. Like this frontside flip that you see here. It's actually a hard flip, but I slowed my rotation to the opposite direction long enough to freeze myself to catch the flip. Looks pretty good. Look at this. Heel flip. Looks like a inward heel flip, but I did sex change in the air with the decoupled board rotations. Welcome to chapter 2, where we're going to go over pop variables. Now let me first start with the vanilla pop sequences that are in the game. Now when you buy the game, whether it's modded or unmodded, there are going to be 3 basic pop types. This will modify the height and gravity that you usually get with these pops. Now, the first pop is a low pop, which is done with one stick, whether it be a nollie or a ollie. It's going to be up or down on either correct stick, and you would let it go, and it'll perform that trick. And that would be what you consider in the vanilla stats or in the non-modified stats as a low pop. Now, this low pop is relatively pretty high, and I'll go and show you a little bit of the comparisons once I go over this technique. The other one is going to be a high pop where you pull both sticks down and release at the same time, or up if you're doing an ollie. And then a medium is where you do both, release the opposing, and then of course let it go, and it gives you a more of a mediocre pop. Now in this one, I'm showing you a variable of even lower pop. The lowest pop you can get in a game is usually out of a manual. So with that, I went back to an old style that I had actually seen and stolen from a friend on one of my old fake skate sponsorship teams from the EA Skate series, both Skate 2 and Skate 3. If you don't know any of the teams I was on in the Skate series, I was on a no-name brand. I was also on Air Bear. I was on Dark Art Skateboards, and I also skated for Like Butter magazine. Now, back then, you wanted to get more pseudo-realism out of the arcadey-like gravity. So you used the manual because you knew that was the lowest pop, and you just had to create the technique to notice the exact time the manual animation would activate, which is usually starting a manual and then immediately popping the moment you see the lift of the board, and that way it looks like one fluid pop motion. Now, of course, doing this in and out of grinds is going to be a lot harder. Doing this down long obstacles can be a lot harder, but it looks so good. Look at that nollie flip, man. It looks so good. So don't say you can't do it. Don't say it can't be done. Go out there and get some clips, man. You're going to, of course, see SA Black and HR Black doing more of these pop lines as I start showing you more of my progression, trying to master the technique. So now I'm going to show you guys the difference between these 2 different low pop variable heights. This is the normal low pop in the game. Look how high I float over the ledge before landing on it into the grind. Now I'll show you the manual low pop. Perfect. Doesn't float too high over the ledge, it's just enough to give you that pseudo-realistic effect, that photorealistic capture, and you also can carry more in the screen because you're not floating miles above the apparatus. To master this technique, it's going to take a long time. A lot of tries, a lot of trial and error, especially when you're trying to get over, around, on, grind, in and out, stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of timing. Just like this crook I'm about to show you. Beautiful. Goes straight into the crook, straight from the pop, goes right into the grind. Not too much drop like you're going to get with the regular normal pop, or the regular low pop, which is, ugh. You got to drop all the way down from the sky to get the grind. It looks real, but not as real. Feel free to drop a comment below and let me know which one do you like. The first crook, which is like my pick, or maybe you like the second crook using the standard stats. Without further ado, we made it through episode 2 of SXL Progression. This is HR Black signing out. Thank you guys for your time. The next time you see me in this progression series will be live on my stream. I'll catch you then. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Don't hesitate to follow and